Bot BC, Jensiiibot, Strelok, Fidolina, Spiny,
Oh yeah, she's playing our bots. Very soon, ladies and gentlemen, get hyped because the humans versus meatbags show match is coming up very soon in just a couple days' time. But before that, we are here in the final day of our ProBots tournament here. Day 7. We only have 6 bots remaining. 2 final bots will get eliminated, and then our top 4 will stand strong, as you just saw in that awesome intro video. That was so incredibly hype. I am very excited for the humans versus meatbags. It's going to be cool. You can check out our bots and play them. Speaking of that, they are all downloadable in links in the description below. It's open to everybody now. So if you want to go up against, we have 6 bots available. And if you want to try your hand at playing against them, priority will go to the Crown Club members in our humans versus meatbags versus ProBots show match. So definitely check out our Crown Club membership. And check out our forum as well, where you can stay up to date with everything going on here at ESChamp. And we have a poll going on live right now as well. If you type in !vote in the chat, and you can vote for the games tonight. The poll will close in about 10 minutes time. So make sure you go do that right now. Endersword, have you voted yet? Endersword is here with me.
I have voted. I was going to wear one of those I voted stickers, but it turns out we don't have those for this, which seems like it seems like an oversight. But yeah, definitely get your vote in there. You gotta decide. If you don't vote, then you can't be wrong, and it's fun to be pleasantly surprised by our bots. I think the best games so far this season were the ones where I didn't know what the outcome was going to be.
Well, this has kind of been the season of upsets almost. Yeah. We saw Tier knocked out early. Micro Machines no longer in the top 4. Three-Way Lover is out. Just all these bots that we see almost every single finals. Yeah. Now we've got a couple new bots as well as returning bots. So a couple returning bots. We can actually, if we could take a look at our bracket for tonight. Oh, here's our vote. Even better. So Jensiiibot is very favored. Ooh, the votes are changing as I speak. Look at that.
Live.
Yeah. So obviously I've got to give my vote to Jensi. Oh, I actually haven't done this voting. So we do have 2 polls available. There is a poll for the grand finals as well. You can vote for which bot you think is going to take the whole shebang. This is all just for fun, of course. But I will work my way to that poll eventually if I can find where I minimize my chat. There it is.
I mean, I'm tipping the scales.
You're hacking the voting system. Fraud. I'm calling fraud.
Voting multiple times. You're gonna have to check my signature.
Yes, make sure it's all verified and legal. But yeah, there we go. So that is going to be actually our first matchup of tonight: Strelok versus Jensiiibot. So everybody, go get your votes in right now. Again, !vote in the chat to check that out. And here is our bracket for the evening. Look at this. We've come so very far this season, and we have had incredible games. So many best of 3s. I think this is the most best of 3s we've had in any season so far, and that's incredible to see. We had like 4 or 5 in total.
Yeah, that's it.
4, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Well, we'll verify if we see the upper bracket. But yes, but yeah, exactly. It's been quite an exciting one. And yeah, here we are. I don't think at the start of the season anyone would have predicted the way that the bracket went. We should do next time. We should do kind of like a March Madness bracket thing.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, at the start you vote, and then it's locked in for the whole thing.
Yeah,
that would be
then
fun.
We could give a prize to whoever predicted the most right.
All right. Well, stay tuned for that. No promises, but that is a good idea we're hearing from our production. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah. But yeah, here's our lower bracket. So we've got Strelok, Jensiiibot, and then Fidolina versus Spiny, last season's champion. Every bot here is on their last life, essentially. So this will decide our top 4. And then here are the 2 guaranteed bots coming up that we already have in that top 4. Well, maybe.
Just says versus.
It's thinking about it. It was trying, but we've got Ketrok up in the top still, and he's doing really good. And then BenBot BC. Still fighting strong as well. Okay, here's tonight's matchup. So.
Yeah, so it's going to be obviously the two winners against each other to close out the lower bracket. It just keeps changing. We're just star swiping everywhere. But yeah, we got the Strelok and Jensiiibot up first. I am probably voting, well, I did vote for Strelok. What do you think? I know you love Jensi.
Well, yeah, I'm voting Jensi. Oh, yeah, I lied to everybody. I totally forgot what they told me at the beginning of the stream. I thought it was to a link, but you just type in ! vote and then the name of the bot. I'm sure you've all figured that out by now. Everyone's doing it, so there we go. Got my vote in.
All right, someone voted for Scarlet. So it looks like Jensi is winning this on a 2-to-1 ratio. Yeah. I'll still stick with Strelok for now, and I go with the idea Jensiiibot kind of just super good control, but Strelok in just last week made the changes or in play style that I've been wanting him to make all season, which is to abandon the proxy stuff and just play a macro game. And it did that, and it just dominated.
Yeah, well, and that's what Jensiibot's also, I think, really good at, is getting into that later game, being able to attack from multiple positions. Just group unit control is so good on every front. So this should be an exciting match. It will start in just a few minutes here. While we wait, though, we could probably shout out our Crown Club. You guys are awesome. They did have priority. They've already downloaded the bots, and a few of them have played against them. So check out, again, down below. You can get the link for it. You can download and play against 6 of the bots. I know we've got Ketrock. We've got, I can't even remember all of them off the top of my head.
Ketrock, Benbot BC.
Benbot's there. Fidolina's there.
Anybot is there.
Last two are Micro Machine, of course.
Yeah. And I think there's other ones there. I think Tier is still there from like the previous season.
It's not on this one.
Oh, okay, maybe
this is just for this is just for it. But you can find a version of Tier, I'm sure, somewhere. Or if you go ask nicely in the Discord, they can hook you up.
Fun.
But there we go. All right, so votes are almost all done here. Make sure you get it in. What else we got?
And when you do play the bots, too, don't. Let's go to this.
Yeah, we'll tell you more about the bots in just a second. Remember, shout out, you guys are awesome. Crown Club. Dr. Infeed, thank you so much for your support. Again, as a Crown Club member, you get an ad-free viewing experience if you watch the VOD. You also get some cool perks like a free, awesome artwork background for your phone, and you get early access to these bots to play against them, which, again, how about you take us through the bots versus humans show match here, Endersword? So how can people go about this properly?
So basically, the best thing for you to do at home is download the stuff, download the bots, get on there and play them. There's a good walkthrough through the link of how to install everything. You probably need Python and Java if it's not working for you.
Some of the bots require a Java add-on that you just install. It's super easy. Yeah. The only one that you got to worry about, Dan. It's all in the notes, though.
Very well. Yeah, it's all there. So it'll walk you through, and it even has a link to that Java update and so on. So once you get there, you basically open it, there is a login, but you just click continue without login, and then play the bots, and it will save your replays in the replay folder, rename them, and send them into us. And we encourage people, because of course you could just play 20 times and send us the win, but don't do that.
We want to see that first.
Yeah, we want to see your first game. Yeah. Your first game against each bot. And we'll know, because the bot changes what it does if it's already won. But yeah, send us basically your first game against each bot or whichever one you want it to play, and then upload that. And then ultimately we're going to arrange that into an all-kill format, where it will be the human players, the meat bags, versus the bots, and we'll watch that on the day of. And then our second part of that, of course, will be our professional player, which is Scarlet, who is going to try her hand at some of the bots and just murder them. One would assume.
Well, that is exciting,
but
and
probably in a very
Scarlet,
trolly way.
The vote for Scarlet, you can vote for her on Saturday, but the votes for today are done right now because we're starting our first game. Jensiiibot versus Strelok. Let's get into our best of 3 and see which bot will be moving on to our top 4 right now.
Like I have that definitely. Whatever.
Armageddon's Strelok. Jensiiibot.
Golden Wall to start us off here. All right, so again, the votes were mostly in Jensiiibot's favor, and I think we're going to see very shortly here why. But yeah, if we get into a late game scenario, I think the TVTs are a little bit more prone for this to get into that later game.
Yeah, definitely, and they're also prone to that kind of split up armies attacking sort of thing all over the map, and particularly I think on this map, Golden Wall, since you've got the shortcut route. Some bots seem to kind of understand that, some don't. Some will open the path, and some won't. So that will be interesting to see where we go from here. Both bots are out kind of scouting the area. Strelok is going way up to the corner and just taking a peek around.
Hey, he's looking everywhere. I mean, that is a good spot on this map for like a proxy starport or something like that. But Jensiiibot's never really been known for cheese. But again, though, these bots did receive their final updates last week, so they are still running on the same hardware, the same game plan, essentially, until the end of the tournament. So they had to prepare for multiple opponents and prepare multiple strategies, and, you know, it's good to see. But yeah, Jensiiibot's not going to do any weird, cheesy stuff.
No, looks like he'd get trapped out there. And, of course, of note is that Strelok himself is also not doing any cheesy stuff when... in earlier weeks, it was always opening up with a barracks proxy, but we're not getting that this time around. Jensiiibot is expanding quicker than Strelok here, and we do have a Reaper out of the way, but followed by an expansion of his own.
Yeah, I don't think these two bots have ever played, have they?
Not that I'm aware of. And,
not in this season, anyway.
And I guess, and Ketrok there probably means even on the ladder, he probably hasn't seen it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have played on the ladder, but no, we definitely haven't seen it here in ProBots. But yeah, we didn't really. We had this whole extended series talk, and then so far we haven't had any of it. I don't think we had to deal with it at all this season. So one less thing to worry about. I can't read any of this, by the way.
Yeah, I think it probably won't come into. Neither can I. Well, I'll see it on stream later. Yeah, basically, it doesn't. Probably won't come into play until the actual final. Like the grand final, because inevitably the loser of the winner's final will be knocked down, and then one of the two will come back up, and then that will probably be the extended series. So,
that's right. It's the virus that Strelok gets. He still hasn't worked that out. That was a recent iteration.
Like that.
Don't click the links.
Yes and yes.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah, straightforward game here. Very passive. There are tanks coming out for Jensiiibot. Marines to supplement it. That's kind of Jensiibot's bread and butter this season. That's been that tank marine ball. And it's done well. It's really done a good job. And we'll see if it can keep them alive, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. They're the Reaper sneaking by 4 Marines, but then kind of sacrifices himself, as he gets trapped out of the base.
I think he almost could have made it up in there, but he hesitated and then kind of went backwards, and then the depots went up, so... Yeah, just a little bad pathing, unfortunately.
True.
Yeah,
Jensi again, kind of opening passively, but both of them are not being super aggressive. But the tank and the bunker in position here. I find it interesting. He's got a tendency of having the bunker there and keeping the Marines outside of it, and he doesn't load them into the bunker until someone attacks.
Yeah, that is interesting, because... There's no reason to not have him in the bunker, right?
Yeah.
Well, unless you want to be
know.
able to go behind your mineral line because, like, an oracle or something's coming quicker.
I wonder what. There must be some rhyme or reason to it. Maybe it's that when someone comes up the ramp, they don't back away from the bunker. Like, I know
they don't attack the bunker right away.
They won't attack it, but they also won't be scared of it if it's empty. And I know that they'll keep a distance. So maybe it's a way to bait them up the ramp. Then you fill the bunker, and it's too late.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that wouldn't surprise me if it reacts different to an empty bunker in Marines than it does to a loaded bunker.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I saw there's been some bunker talk on the Discord and some Nidus Worm talk and stuff like that about how long it takes to load and unload things, and Micro Machine with his gas mining trick. They were talking about how maybe you could build a base essentially with a Nidus Worm and try to get the drones to mine and do stuff, but there were obviously all sorts of things to take into consideration. It's just very complicated to make happen, but yeah, it's just an interesting little thought what these bots can do, because they can do so many more things a second than a human can.
It's true. Cool. Yeah, I've wanted to see a little more exploitation of that, but we have a good example of things that bots don't do well. And this guy's just stuck there, but he doesn't know.
He's trying to get out. He's trying. He wants to help.
Yeah.
That's right. Maybe he'll survive the war in that spot.
Trapped. Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be exploited a lot more, like the things that are difficult but important for humans. So like the Widow Mines we see now, but the Widow Mine retargeting takes a lot of like APM to properly retarget and prevent it from firing. But a bot could do that with no issues at all.
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, man, bots are just going to take over the StarCraft scene.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now.
So true.
Well, here comes Strelok. He's going to try to take over Jensiiibot's side of the map here. He does have his Marines rallying, and one Marine for Jensi will scout it, but Jensi's just content to sit up at the top of his ramp and get ready. He's going to hop in that bunker. Oh, doesn't even need to. The tanks just obliterate the Marine front line.
A little death there. He's putting his own tanks at the bottom. And is he going to move at all, or is this just going to be contained?
Oh, it'd be suicide if he went up the ramp at all.
Absolutely. But that is not beyond the capability of our bots to commit suicide. They do that constantly.
Was that a Raven for Jensiibot?
That was, yeah.
Okay.
Just came to take a peek.
Oh man, these Marines are making me nervous. They want to go up there. I can feel it, but they know better. They know there's a tank. They know they're gonna die.
They seem to, so they're obviously reacting. They know that there's a bunker up there in particular.
Yeah.
They tend to lose memory that there's a tank, but they do know that there's a bunker.
Oh, they're doing a really good job, like Jensi's bot usually does.
I'm not sure what the tank just fired at.
It was a Marine.
Was it?
It was just a random Marine. Jensiibot likes to send forward that scouting Marine. Right. I think that's what it was.
So interesting if this is an intentional contain, because he is expanding kind of towards it, and he continues to reinforce this position. There we go.
Yeah, he's just poking forward, just checking things out. All right, Billy, go check out and see if they're still here. And yep, they are. Okay, this is a bit of a stalemate here, so maybe Jensiibot at 200 will push out, I'm assuming? Or close to 200?
It does tend to, and I kind of wonder how it's going to react, as will it know to not do this? Or what will it do? So here we go, the Unsiege.
There we go. Jensi, he stims and thinks about going for it, but no, it's just to gain a little bit of grounding. He does have a siege tank in firing range now. So Jensiibot's going to break the stalemate here.
Yeah, move just a little bit forward. We're getting shots on both sides.
Yeah, he just needs to control the high ground vision, which he's doing really well with the Viking. He's got a massive Viking count right now, and the Raven as well, so he's easily going to be able to take this position back.
Yeah, Raven shutting down two of those tanks after they had already been damaged a little bit, and Jensi is just taking over the position.
That was such a good engagement. That was so perfectly executed out of Jensiibot.
So
nice.
true.
All right, well, he's going to be able to push across and maybe put Strelok in a chokehold now. Will Strelok be able to hold is the next question. He only has a few medevacs for the high ground. That Viking count for Jensiibot's just going to crush this guy and be able to allow his tanks to keep inching forward.
Yeah, it is gigantic, and so many of them there are going to be able to wipe out the high ground and therefore extended vision. Tanks siege up at the bottom. They will be able to hit this forward tank. That is gone immediately, and there's not much to fall back on here.
If Strelok goes now, oh no, not yet. Wait,
he's gonna come.
If he can catch it while it's unsieged and just like YOLO down the ramp, I think Strelok could hold.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna be too timid and try to just hold the high ground here.
Yeah, he's losing too much. Will not engage. Does grab one tank, but at what cost?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to end up losing this base as Jensi floods in.
Look at that siege line, too. Yeah. Only moving forward the tanks that Jensi needs to is going to make a nice little conga line of tanks that'll just take this position and easily crush through Strelok. And yeah, Strelok's just, I think, dead in the water. He's got no tanks. He's got no air control. He's got just a ragtag group of Marines, and that's it.
Yep. That was a beautiful breakout here. It's the use of the Ravens in coordination, and that's always been one of Jensi's main strengths, is that it can actually not only use things, but use them timed with each other. That it knows, I got to lock down the tanks, I got to fire a Cheeto missile, and I got to do that at the same time I do something else. So sieging up at the top of the ramp here, trying to keep them out of the main.
I like this dogfight that's trying to happen here. There are a few Vikings out for Strelok. They get a couple shots off, but both are just a little too afraid to attack into each other right there. Yeah, Jensi's got this. He's just killed way too much of Strelok stuff. Strelok will get together one little force that'll walk down into the tank fire or something. But nicely done, Jensi.
Very well done. He's now got him in the contain. You can see that the fusion core is there, so it looks like he was going to be teching up, but he didn't have really any air control in the early part of this game, and that definitely cost him.
Yep. Yeah, BCs could have been nice, especially against the Liberators that are now out. Jensiiibot does a nice follow-up and really gets into that late game in a very strong position. But yeah, Jensiiibot will eventually be able to push up here. It's, the Terrans. Oh, nice. Liberator takes out Lakeville. I think that's the last tank.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that, the Marines come up, and Jensiiibot is going to take this first match. And yeah, Strelok needs to do something a little different. I like that first attack, the first little kind of contain he had. Either you need to commit or you need to go home, because he just kind of waited until Jensiiibot had just the right amount of stuff in a good position and all the right stuff.
It also, given that it was kind of more of a contain than an actual attempt to move up, it could have been back a few feet. Because one thing, you want to be in the range that you can hit the ramp, but anything on the top of the ramp can't hit you. Mm-hmm. And he ended up, when Jensi kind of shuffled his tanks forward with the air vision, they were able to hit the tank line on the bottom, and then that created a kind of pressure where he had to move a bunch of Marines back, lost a bunch, etc. But if you kind of bring that back, then you can fire on the ramp, and it still prevents them from coming down, but you're not under fire. Yeah. But still an interesting idea to try and kind of contain. Both of them did handle ramps and how to approach them in a very good, smart way. And you can kind of see right at the end there, it was also really cool to see that the army was specifically waiting for a tank to die, which the Liberators took out, and it used that as a trigger to go up. So it's making the real identification that a tank is there and I can't move until that has been neutralized. And that's behavior we just didn't see even like a season or two ago, let alone longer than that.
Yeah, no, this almost feels like the industrial revolution for the ProBots. Like, they're just so many leaps and bounds ahead. The technology is getting amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, good stuff. While we wait, our next game is loading up, everybody. I did forget to mention, for our Crown Club, we are pushing 30 members. We are very close. So if you want to help ESChamp and help future seasons of ProBots, as well as get some exclusive behind-the-scenes content and some free little benefits and free backgrounds and just all sorts of cool stuff, check out our Crown Club membership. It's down in the links in the description below. Yeah, we're very close. 30 Crown Club members. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good stuff.
It's a lot of crowns.
A lot of crowns.
It's a lot of crowns. They meet weekly to just show off crowns to each other. They talk about.
Well, most of them are in Canada, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Good handful of them. Anyway, game number 2 is just about ready, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the final match of this best of 3, and we'll see if we can maybe go to one more ace match. I'm hoping. But let's hop into it right now.
Armageddon's Strelok. Jensiiibot.
I think we're seeing some of Jensiiibot's final updates really shine here. And just kind of read through the list again, and there was, just updated all the army behavior as far as retreating, attacking, pathing, reactions, things like that. Viking control, bio control versus cyclones, which somebody in chat was mentioning. Strelok likes to go cyclones, which might be a good change up this game. But it's Jensiiibot is looking really good for the top 4, and as good as Strelok is, I do think my vote will come true. You voted for Strelok, right?
I did.
Yes.
And certainly based on that last game, Jensi is dominant, but I do agree. I want to see now the Cyclone versus the tanks and see if that makes a difference, because I don't think that you're going to win against Jensiiibot when it's like static tank line versus static tank line. He's just too, the fact that he incorporates in the Ravens and just can jump on it like that is too good, but it may not do as well chasing down Cyclones or something more dynamic. So we'll see.
Well, it all depends, because the Cyclones can't really attack up the ramp if there's tanks there as effectively, because they'll lose their lock on if they don't have vision. And like you said, Jensiiibot did a really good job keeping the air control. So I don't know. This will be interesting to see. Either way, it is going to be a little bit longer macro game. Both players are going to get a nice little expansion going on here.
Sure.
Oh, there's the factor.
Yes. And it is true that, yes, Cyclones are generally horrible against tanks, but
bots are really good with Cyclones.
Bots are weird. Yeah, that's it. It's the fact that you can get like 6 of them in different directions. They only need a split second to lock on, like that sort of thing. But even if it stalls out more, because I think we saw in the last game that Strelok was going to transition into Battlecruiser. And if he does Cyclone into Battlecruiser, it might work better. Also, Cyclones, forget the tanks, are good at locking on stuff like Vikings.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, we shall see. But it certainly does, look from that first game like Jensiiibot just has it a bit on lock. But let's see what Vladimir Putin can do.
Starport. Was this? This is already looking a little different. Yeah, Cyclone coming out. Starport is almost done. So Strelok really just sitting on the one base. I thought for sure he was going to get a command center there. Just a little after Jensiiibot, but now he's got all the tech coming out. There's the mag field accelerator, so we're getting it.
Yeah, if he gets it, and if he gets it out fairly early, he can definitely take the bunker out because he'll get down before there is a tank in place.
And even if he can get the first tank too, first or even first 2 tanks, that's huge. Yeah, because it's really when you get up to the 3, 4, 5. When then you can't even get near them. You just cannot break through.
Yeah, and unlike a lot of bots, and this is one of Jensi's main breakthroughs a bit, is a lot of the bots, when they get tanks and then they decide to move, they all unsiege or they all siege. But Jensi doesn't do that. It will leave some siege while it leapfrog the other ones up, so you don't catch it completely off guard.
Yeah. That's interesting seeing Cloak come down. So I guess we're going to have a little bit of a Banshee play with it. That could be really, really good against this. Does Jensi have any turrets? I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not yet. I don't know if it was getting armor upgrades naturally last game, where he could just kind of accidentally have the capability. The first tank is out there. It moved up to go after that Reaper. Where is the Cyclone, though?
He's somewhere at the front, I think, just about.
Yeah. Is he made it? Yeah.
Is this Reaper going to get out of here alive? Oh, there's a second Reaper that did come in. It gets gunned down before it gets very far here. But will our hero make it? Nope.
No deal. No
Cyclone
deal.
Denied. Wait,
So,
was that a Cyclone out of Jensiiibot as well?
Yeah, it was a Cyclone out of Jensi. So the Strelok Cyclones never actually went over. And I think now that window is kind of closed. I think there was a time the first one could have got in and taken the bunker out, but now it's just there. And I don't think he's going to be able to with 2 tanks out.
Well, there's still no response for this Banshee, though, Endersword.
There is, yeah, actually, it's surprising he didn't yet have a Raven, but it went for a Viking first.
There you go. He's cloaked. He's going in. All right. Strelok is going to start. His virus is kicking in, I think, again.
All right, there comes the scam. Pretty good. Will he get out of it?
Oh, he could have.
He could have got out of it. Yeah, he could have got out of it. He opted not to.
It would have been close. It might have gotten that last shot off, but it was right there and definitely a chance for it to get away.
And then, unfortunately for Strelok, he didn't make another one. It made a Raven.
Oh, that was it. One Cloak Banshee play.
Yeah, just made the one. Had there been an immediate follow-up to that, then it would still be devastating because just now is he starting the Raven.
Yeah, and he's banking scans now too. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the idea. Is if the one doesn't do it, by the time I get number 2 there, Jensiiibot will be ready. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty true. Yeah, that Raven will be out very shortly. No turrets down just yet. But
he
the
is getting the rotor.
Doing good.
He's getting the rotors now, though, so it kind of implies that he intends to go back into it. But which you can do, like you can. I mean, certainly a bunch of like speed Banshees is good, but you would think that you would continue to make a couple instead of the Raven Viking that he did.
Well, you have to have air control if you're going for a Banshee composition, because the second Jensiiibot has more Vikings, your Banshees are just dead. So. Yeah, you do have to balance that. And then, he's just sticking with the Cyclones. More and more Cyclones coming out.
Yeah, this will be interesting. We'll see where he's going with this. But yeah, speed Banshees can get around like pretty well. I mean, they can definitely escape the Vikings if they get caught out. And then if they have Cyclones to like fall back on, then it makes it hard for the Vikings to chase. Mm-hmm. And you could actually completely catch the Vikings out and get lock-ons. If that's the plan, then it's probably a pretty good plan. But we'll see what the coordination is as he goes back to adding on. So not only adding on Banshees, he's now getting the Fusion Core on top of that.
Yeah, battle cruisers are going to definitely change the name of the game here, if that's what he's going for. I think it's just going to come down to one more kind of big clash because both bots are doing such a good job at not just attacking into each other and losing a bunch of stuff. Strelok's tried a little poking that didn't work, but it's just been Reapers and the Banshee. It hasn't been a huge investment into Harass. Here comes Banshee number 2, though, and I don't think it's really going to do a whole lot.
I don't think it will either, but
unless there's no scans available.
Well, also its rotor will be done. I mean, there's a Raven out too, but it'll be a test of whether it can get in and get out.
Where's that Raven? Oh, there it is. He's hanging out with the Vikings. Good spot to be. All right, well, yeah, a little skirmish that Strelok probably does not want to take. Should maybe just go home. Oh, no, the Banshees are just going to cloak and do nothing.
Yeah,
they're trying to stay away from the detection, but...
Yeah, the Cyclone locking onto it was key to taking that one out. Yeah, not sure what that guy's doing. It'll try and get in, but yeah, the problem is the lock-ons make it harder. But he does get out.
Yeah, it's almost, it basically goes straight at it and then tries to find an opening by kind of poking and poking and poking, where it needs to just go all the way around and then try to come in from the back.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
All right, here comes the move out. And this could just be it. Strelok has gone so tech and so economy and other things. He's got 1/3 the army size.
Oh, no, yeah, he's getting a 4th base when he should be getting battle cruisers. Yeah. You've got the Fusion Core, Strelok. What are you doing? Yeah, I think this army for Jensi is just going to crush through. He just macroed a little bit better as far as the army is concerned. And,
there goes the Banshee.
One tank's not going to do it.
He's caught completely out too. Like this is indefensible on that low ground. The tank's just in control here. And it was an interesting idea by Strelok, but it never got rolling at all. And
it got all these pieces in place and then just didn't have anything to actually make it go. It's all shiny and show. And unfortunate.
Yeah, is indeed. Especially since this is the timing that Jensiiibot moves out. Like, it's about the same. So if your strategy wasn't going to kick in by the time it moved out, like, I feel he probably should have known that. But, yeah, hard to account for everything. I don't know whether you would have expected, say, an early Banshee to do more or slow him down more, but it got a couple kills and then it got taken out and he just didn't follow up with it.
Yeah. Well, either way, it was some good play. Strelok, you fought hard, and you made it quite far into the season, so well done. But Jensiiibot will be the bot to move on into our top 4 for Saturday.
Indeed. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Well,
again, that is the
I mean,
12th,
it still has to play tonight, right?
What?
Are we doing that one tonight?
No, we're just doing 2 best-of-3s tonight.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing that third one. Yeah, we
are doing 3?
Yeah,
Wait,
okay, I thought so.
but I thought we had to have top 4. I'm confused all of a sudden.
I don't know.
So wait, we're gonna have a top 3 for Saturday? I'm confused, Endersword.
Apparently, yes, that's the case.
Okay.
Apparently, that's the case.
Well, I'm confused.
But they will be bigger series, so that will,
So we have 3 best-of-3s tonight. Okay, got it. I thought we were saving the question mark for Saturday, and it was just like, we don't know who it's going to be, you know?
I think we do. And then there'll still be 3 best of mores on Saturday. Because we'll have the winners, then the losers grand, and then
this is the losers finals today.
This is the losers finals, but not the losers grand final.
Oh, that's true, because whoever loses the top has to get knocked down.
And go back
Double
up.
format is too much for my little brain.
Right.
Jensiiibot, good job. You are moving on. You're guaranteed a spot in at least the top 4. Whether you make it through tonight, I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we're getting this. We're piecing it together as we go here. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get our next game loaded up here.
Yep. It says soon.
Put them in the what? Put what in the what?
Who put who in the what now?
I don't know what we're talking about.
All right. Either way.
He's not talking to us. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have more best of 3s coming up next. It will be... Who's coming up next?
Spiny versus Fidolina.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. All right, so we should have a new vote, I believe, coming up very shortly for that. Again, type in ! vote Spiny or ! vote Fidolina in the chat.
Yeah, and I tell you,
it's ready.
Exactly. There's no love lost between these 2 bots because as bots, they're incapable of that emotion.
That's true.
Yeah. But who do you think is going to take this one?
Well, yeah, neither one has faced each other yet, right?
Yeah, so, not as far as I know.
Okay, so no extended series. I really don't know, honestly, because everyone was expecting Spiny just to dominate, and we've seen a couple weaknesses in Spiny's play, and Fidolina is hot and fresh and right off the ladder and looking good this season. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's been rolling along, but of course both of them in the losers bracket at the moment, so one of them has to go. It looks like our early voting favors Spiny. 2 people. That's both Spiny's mom and dad have voted thus far. If you favor Fidolina, then jump in there. I really don't even know how to predict how the game would go. Like, while not knowing for sure who is going to win between Jensi and Strelok, I could have told you the unit compositions and so on. But this one, I literally no idea. I don't know what Spiny's going to make, and that's gonna it's just gonna vary a lot. I really don't know what the flow of this game is going to be.
I voted for Fidolina just because it is the season of upsets, and what better time to knock out last season's champ than right here, right now.
Exactly.
So this is going to be a good match. Again, get your votes in real quick. Check out our bots if you want to play against these bots. I know Fidolina is available and Spiny as well. So you can get the link in the description below. Download the bot client and send us your replays for our bots versus human show match.
Yes.
That'll be coming up this Saturday. That's in 2 days, Endersword.
Yeah, exactly. And again, if you play a game and lose, send us the loss anyway. We won't make fun of you that much.
Not too much. No, I played against a couple of them. They're very difficult to play against.
Some are. Some of them
are tricky.
One of our, I won't call them out, but I heard one of our producers here played one and lost to something. I won't say what, because maybe we'll use that game. It sounds like it might be a good one.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they're definitely a good challenge, especially if you're not quite sure what to expect. There are a few weird things you got to do to get set up the game. We'll talk more about that before our last show match. We'll kind of do one more highlight of the humans versus bots, what's going on in just a couple days' time. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got our next best of 3 ready. Spiny versus Fidolina coming up right here in our final day of Season 3 of 2020. Let's hop into it.
No game sounds though. It's cool.
Raspers. Spiny. Fidolina's. Fidolina.
So we might see more Banshees, Endersword.
Very well, might.
Out of Fidolina does a little Banshee hit squad that we have yet to see.
Ooh.
It was part of its final updates. I don't believe we saw it last time.
Yeah, I think I remember you mentioning something about it, but yeah.
I think I even mentioned it could be really good against Zerg.
Yes, could be indeed. And we saw like Spiny ended up down here after losing to kind of the BC stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Well, here we are on Death Aura. Is that yeah? I can't read. I can't read anything on our screen.
I can't read it either.
I feel. Is this what it's like to have glasses and stuff? Like you just can't read anything?
It must be. Yeah, the world is in 360p. Something like that. Geez. Yeah, probably. Let's see if anyone out there has impaired vision. Tell us if it's pixelated.
I think we're gonna get into a late game here again.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Maybe possible.
I think Spiny is gonna bring us to a late game. Spiny really does well with some of the later game tech. We see infestors, vipers, all sorts of stuff out of Spiny. And I think that's where he's going to have the best chance against Fidolina here. What do you think?
Yeah, I do tend to agree.
Oh, you cut out there for a second. Is that my headset? Oh, it might be my headset doing that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's my headset doing that.
Okay. Get a new one.
I think I need to. My cord is broken.
Get a cute one with cat ears.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah.
That's all the rage.
Could I do bat ears instead?
You probably could. That would be pretty decent.
Bat ears are pretty cool. They got that cool shape, and they can hear really well. The echolocation.
You might have to wear them upside down though.
Only when I'm sleeping.
That's true. That's a good point.
All right, well, yeah, this is shaping up to be definitely a little bit later game, I think, scenario. Spiny's getting up to 3 bases. Fidolina's actually still sitting on 1. I'm a little surprised by that, but we do have, there, a second starport coming down.
Ooh. So this could be what you mentioned.
Ooh, maybe it's a little Banshee hit squad time, and hey, that could rip apart a 3-base Zerg if they don't have proper, adequate defense. He's going to need some queens, some spores, maybe an overseer or 2.
Yeah, and you got to basically have that quick reaction. If 4 Banshees come at you and you're not immediately prepared, they could take out 2-3 queens so quick.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't group up, yeah.
Yeah, before they can group up, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, there it is. Cloak and 2 Banshees already on the way. Factory's just hanging out. I guess he doesn't need that for anything, so yeah, it'd be cool to see it, I guess, go scout or something, like, if you're not going to use it.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, if you're one base all in and on Banshees, screw the factory. You don't need it at this point. But anyway, another barracks is coming down, so there is going to be a little bit of a bio addition, I guess, to this. Some Marines to supplement, maybe to push up and kind of keep the Banshees safe while they do their DPS, because they hit hard. Banshees can definitely do some work if you get them grouped up.
Yes, that is for sure. They're kind of the prototypical glass cannon sort of thing, but they're a lot more like a legitimate glass cannon because they can go invisible.
Oh,
so the fact that you can see through them makes them like the most the most literal glass
glass cannon.
Yeah, I've always thought like the real expression glass cannon, I know obviously what it means, but an actual glass cannon wouldn't have even shot the first cannonball. Like it would just
shatter and
it'd just blow up and the ball would go in some random direction.
Doomed to fail. Here we go. Banshee is going to cloak. There's no detection. The sport just now starts, which is unfortunate because the Lings of Spiny did see the Banshees when it was poking up in the main, got shot by one.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a delayed response. He's like, oh, now you're on this side of the map with cloak. Maybe I should do something about that. And it's going to cost him.
The Queen's not handling it well, as the top priority there was to go and spread creep instead. We've seen that happen a lot with Queens, that they kind of have overriding behavior, and these three just raining down hellfire.
Oh, yeah, this is not looking good for Spiny, but Fidolina's coming in. The Marines are cleaning up Overlords. They're even going to catch a Queen here that's trying to spread even more creep, and a fourth Banshee is going to join the party here. That Marauder, is that Marauder still alive just a little bit north here? He was doing a good job fighting the Zerglings. Oh, he is. Look at that.
Yeah, good guy. Now, the one thing I will say, which he's getting a lot of damage done here, but there's only 25 workers on Fidolina's side, so really has to do a ton of damage to even make this even. But it looks like,
well, if you can't kill the Banshees, then
the Queens just seem like they're unaware that the Banshees exist.
Ooh, yeah, the Banshee hit squad, I think, is going to seal the deal here in game number one. There's a spore crawler, but by the time he makes it to those, there's going to be 6-7 Banshees. They can take on a couple spores.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, man, they're just shredding Lings.
Yeah,
I think this is decided.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. He's not even really like counterattacking. The Lings are just kind of running by. If he had a strong enough army to launch a counterattack, there's really not a lot on Fidolina's side, and it's only on one base. But this is going to be too much. It's just so much firepower.
I love it when the bots can pull off a nice one-base strategy and just make it look so strong. Because we have seen a lot more macro this season, I think, than any other. A lot more late-game scenarios, 4 or 5 bases all the time. So it's refreshing to see that a nice, strong one-base push can still work so effectively here. And the spores
there you go. They are
down.
going directly after it. Loses a Banshee, but who cares?
Oh, man. All right, well, Spiny's got to be a little less greedy, I guess. Maybe just get 2 bases and get those Hydras out early could work. There's definitely a few things Spiny could do, but I don't know if it's ready to deal with this one-base play.
I think the most concerning part was just that the Queens didn't even seem to acknowledge that there were Banshees there.
Yeah, they're way more focused, like you said, on the creep. And
because he had, I think at one point he had like 5 Queens and there were only 2 Banshees. So something could be done at that point, but once it spirals, it's way too late.
Yeah, you realize this is our last non-Terran in the tournament.
That's true.
We have just got, this is the season of Terrans. Yeah, we've got 2 Terrans up in the upper bracket, and then Jensiiibot now waiting for the winner of this match. So we could just have a bunch of Terrans in our top 4.
Yeah, it just proves that they're genuinely OP. Clearly, I think
since 2011, Endersword.
Yeah, that's it. It's kind of interesting how the meta has shifted between the races during the life of the game. I feel like early on in bot land, Zerg was probably like the easiest because it's the easiest to kind of A move, and it's
make a bunch of banelings and just go.
Just like attack and do like swarm them, and it's confusing enough. And then things like mutas were pretty good and whatever, like that sort of thing worked. And eventually we got into like Protoss was really good for quite a while, because not only can you generally just make a strong army and move it, it's really resilient. And once you add things like Tempests and stuff that can kite, then that's really good. But now
Storm. Don't forget Storm.
Storm as well. Yeah, it was a really strong addition.
Every scenario.
Yeah, exactly. But now I feel like we've entered kind of late game bot control, where now independently controlling units is way more important than just moving an army, a death ball together. And so we're out of the death ball phase and into individual control phase and subgroup control phase. And I've kind of always said since the start of StarCraft II, Terran is the one that the more an army is split up, the stronger Terran is. But there's a human limit to doing that you could only control 2 or 3 things. The bots are not limited by that at all. So I think Terran becomes infinitely better the more split up it is.
Well, and Jensii's tank line is a perfect example of that. If all the tanks are clustered in one spot, they're going to die usually a lot faster and do a lot more things than if you have a spreading, a line of them that are moving, single, each unit's moving independently.
Yeah.
So, no, I agree with that sentiment a bit.
Yeah.
I think that's true. Anyway, we've got our next match loading up here. The votes seem to be in favor of Fidolina, which so far it is looking good for our Terran player. And might have a TVT to finish things off here. We'll see if Spiny can maybe turn things around in game number 2. It definitely needs to get ready for something a little bit sooner and not be so greedy and get that 3 base out. But I don't know.
And now that it worked, will Fidolina just try the same thing? Vary it? Who knows?
Who knows? Well, let's find out right now on ESChamp. Game number 2, Spiny versus Fidolina.
Raspers, Spiny. Fidolina's Fidolina.
Ooh. Endersword, did you thumbs up the YouTube video?
I did. Of course I did.
Thank goodness. I'm sure everybody watching right now has thumbs up the YouTube video.
It improves our visibility.
It does. So please go hit that thumbs up button there below the stream. Thanks for coming and hanging out, everybody. This is, again, our final night of ProBots. If you're just tuning in, our final night of the normal season, and then our finals will be in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
So check everything out there. But yeah, here we are. Everdream, what could be Spiny's final map, but maybe not, because look at that early pool.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I like this.
I like it already.
And as our observer was pointing out here, no wall off. So that's not great. That's not great. That's not where you want to be. So 8lings are already on the way, and this is a reasonable response to what we just saw from Fidolina. At the start in the chat, Fidolina does note that it won with the Banshee push. And basically, does that mean it wanted to try the same thing? But of course, Spiny does not want to try the same thing. So let's see how this goes.
Oh, it's going to go great, Endersword. There's no wall for a 6 pool.
Yeah.
When does that not go great?
And he didn't even get a first unit out, went for the tech lab, and now it's going to be a Marauder, probably.
Oh, God. Well, he's going to take a few more hits, I guess.
Yeah. So he's going to get right into the workers here. Depending how this goes, he may not kill that many.
He's already gotten 2, 3, I think.
He's
4.
Yeah, I feel like it almost over-microed a little bit, but they lost a few more. Okay, now it was worth.
Oh, yeah, well, he's just going to keep streaming in is the thing. He's got 8 more lings on the way. Like, there's no world that Fidolina holds this.
Yeah, no.
With no wall and 1 Marauder. Like, no.
He's not even actually building a second.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not even going to try. He's just going to lift it.
He's going straight for Banshees, Endersword. It is the desperation play. If he can hold on long enough and get one Banshee out, then maybe. But no, by then there's already Queens coming out. A second base for Spiny.
If the Lings continue to come in only 2 at a time, then that's an issue.
Here we go. Here's a nice little hit squad.
6, but here's 2 more. Yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of, I guess, banked on the thought like, oh, if we're in,
there we go.
Just keep going. It's either works or it fails. Yeah.
It was just getting each SCV into red, but now the red ones have to come and try and defend, so they'll go down.
Oh yeah, this is definitely going to start hurting a little bit more. A few more SCVs going to fall. 2 more Lings come in. Yeah, he is going to hold it off for a little bit more time. Those SCVs are resilient, but more and more Lings will just keep trickling. There's 10 in the production tab at a time, and it's not. Can he even afford? I don't think he can even afford anything.
I feel like
Fidolina can't afford crap.
He can't. I feel though, if you gave a control to a human right now, the Terran would win. just by blocking the wall off, like it's a hold, and it actually looks like Spiny's going back home. It's not pursuing.
Yeah, he's just grouping up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it changing his mind? Yeah. Okay.
Here's this is the death squad here. This will bring us to an ace match.
Decent sized group. It almost looks like Fidolina, due to a lack of the resources, is potentially bugged out here, or like it wants to build more SCVs before it continues, and then is continuing to lose them.
Well, he needs gas to make the Banshee. That's his play. But yeah, he won't. It looks like he's not going to saturate the gas until he has minerals saturated or something like that. And, well, that's just not going to happen this game.
Yeah.
Second base.
This should be it.
He's trying.
Fidolina not aware of the situation.
Oh no, the Marauder.
Traps the Marauder. That just freeze on you. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right, going after the buildings here instead of the base. Fine for now.
How does Spiny kill the floating factory though?
Eventually. I think the answer is eventually.
Eventually.
I mean, it didn't. Unlike, it's not like single focus. It took an expansion. Presumably, it will know that it can tech up from there.
Yeah, but I mean, Fidolina is dead here completely. So we'll fast forward and then find out how this ends, because it might be just a little bit until we get some anti-air out here.
Yeah.
But
so
that's it.
The Roach Warren is the least intuitive way to do it, but that's the way.
Oh, hey, there you go. So I guess if there's no buildings on the ground, maybe no, but there's the production tab still has Fidolina making a command center though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, also no workers. I think maybe it was when the last worker died.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Because then nothing could finish it. Yeah.
And he had no money to make a worker, so
yeah, and no CC to make the worker from.
There you go.
So
well, Spiny is bringing us back here to an ace match. I love it. This is what we never checked, but I think this is like our 5th or 6th ace match of the season here.
So it's a good one. It's a good one. Very different style games here. Yeah,
you got to build a wall. That's kind of the only thing to take from that game is make a wall.
Yeah, yeah, so true.
Always.
So true. Or at least then units.
Or at least units. Yeah, that would help too.
Not just the one Marauder. Like, I think if he got like 2 or 3 Marines with that, he would have helped.
Yeah, well, it was a strategy really thinking that no early pressure was going to come, no attack was going to come. I was like, okay, I've got plenty of time to get Banshees out, and it did the first game. First game was fine because the Spiny was pretty passive and didn't do anything, but 6 pool, that'll wreck your day.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see a genuine 6 pool. I want to see a bot that spawns into the game, kills 6 of its own workers, and then makes a pool.
Oh yeah, I say 6 pool.
I know. I still say that.
I've been watching a lot of StarCraft II VOD archives as well, and they're in 2011 right now. So to be fair, 6 Zerglings came out, so it is still a 6 pool.
Or the actual 6 pools. I like that.
Yeah. No, we're from an old school era, Endersword.
Yeah. I mean, I still remember the 4 pool.
That's oldish.
That is very old. I mean, that's still done today, as far as I know.
How can
in Brood War.
Oh, in Brood, I was like, hey, you can't do that in
Yeah, you
StarCraft.
can't do that.
You meant StarCraft 2. I was like, what?
Yeah, in Brood War, you start with
Yeah.
4. So they just, exactly.
Well, anyway, we start with a lot more workers now, and these bots are about to start off our game number 3. And we'll find out who gets eliminated, who moves on to our top 4. Votes are in Fidolina's favor. I don't know. This could go either way. Let's find out right now.
Raspers. Spiny. Fidolina's Fidolina.
I feel like Fidolina has a selective memory.
A little bit. Well, it's, yeah.
It's still telling us about its victory, and it's disregarding the loss.
It's at least put the supply depot in the middle of the ramp. Like it's
That'll be
is that more of
interesting.
a wall?
All right, so it looks like we're getting the same thing. Are we going to get the same thing?
Oh yeah, that is not a very good wall, Undersword.
It's wallish.
It's more wallish than it was last time, but it's still not a wall.
It's kind of like, you know, those walls that are like slats, but there's actually space between them. That's what this is.
You mean a fence?
Even more than a fence, like those thick things. But yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it might as well be tissue paper because there's nothing that's going to stop Spiny's 6 Zerglings from getting in here. Then, if
Is
there's
it
no
possible
problem.
that Fidolina believes it's a Protoss,
Maybe?
and it was looking to put the Marauder in the gap and just stand there?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, heck, that would still be better than what Fidolina has right now. But yeah, here come the Zerglings. 6 Zerglings making their way across. More will follow very shortly. And if Fidolina can't hold this, then yeah, Spiny's moving on.
Yeah.
We might have a Zerg still alive for the grand finals. We'll see.
So I want to see what it does here. In the last game, the only reason it didn't attack the buildings right up front was because the SCVs came to defend it. But it's gonna, okay, they're gonna do it again.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so he got one right off the bat. I think he's gonna kill less.
And the micro of the SCV is
Okay.
pretty good, you know.
He got a couple right at the very end there. Okay.
Yeah, he's got like 3 or 4 now.
He got way more than I think he did last time.
7? Oh man, yeah, I can't count.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Jeez.
think he got way more than last time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think the initial one last time got like 4 before the Marauder chased them off. So
Oh.
that's already starting pretty good. I think actually the way that the barracks was placed controlled the way that the Lings came in a way that helped them.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh.
They couldn't get surrounded as much or
Yeah.
something by the Lings or whatever. Well, the Lings are going to derp a little bit. The Marauders are going to be able to hold off the slow trickle if they just come in a couple at a time.
Yeah.
For now, if Fidolina can just get enough gas or a Banshee. Oh no, the starport gets canceled. He's going to start another on the other tech lab here, but that's a big blow.
That's interesting reaction.
Yeah, that is a big blow.
All right, here we got the 6 of them. This will take out some of the SCVs. He'll get 3 more, 4 more, 5 more, 6 more.
Oh no, and he makes another.
Yeah, this has gone way worse. He's already down to the 8 SCVs, 7.
Well, the killer is he had enough gas for a Banshee.
Yeah.
But then he made another starport. Now he doesn't have enough SCVs to mine gas.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he has 70. Wait, what just happened? He was at like 0, but now it's at like 79. Now it's at 29.
He canceled the starport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he still doesn't have enough anymore. Oh, he's making reactors and stuff. Oh man, Spiny is just putting Fidolina in a rough spot, and Fidolina's on the ropes right now. This could be the final moments here, unless somehow miraculously he can hold off long enough to get enough gas for a Banshee. The Lings are just gonna, I think, win it again by whittling him down. It's closer though than last game. I'll say that much.
It is.
It's a little closer.
Yeah, it is until this. like until this part here.
Yeah.
Now that he killed,
now it's over.
he killed way more SCVs early on.
Yeah.
I think the thing that made it look closer was more resources were available, but yeah.
Threw that away. Threw that straight down the toilet.
If he just randomly backs up for no reason, then that's something. Okay.
Hey, he's alive.
That Ling had to just turn around and hit one more shot at this Marauder. I don't know what's going on here.
He's playing with his food a little bit. Spiny wants to have a little fun before it moves on to the top 4. But yeah.
He's gonna
there's no way. There's just no way Fidolina can come back from this. 6 workers to 30. More.
Kill the Marauder.
What a hero! What a hero! Marauder's like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Okay, interesting. So, Spiny's entered a different phase. We're into 2 spore crawlers. I wonder if this is based at all on. I don't know what it's based on. Like, had he just attacked with the group that was literally already in his base, it was game over.
Oh yeah. No, it totally was. Yeah, he's got to practice the mid game. Good point. So yeah, he's gonna give Fidolina a fighting chance, I guess. Here, still no gas income just yet for those Banshees, but Fidolina's gonna be able to throw down another command center and maybe start cranking out the SCVs in time. One Banshee is gonna help a lot, but I think once speed is done, Spiny should come back in for the killing blow, right?
Yeah, I would.
Or
imagine.
maybe when Roaches. Yeah,
it'll do something. But yeah, Fidolina not only is going for another command center. It hasn't put anything back on gas yet, and the mineral income is low enough that he's not even really. I assume it'll go back on gas when it's refilled this mineral line.
Yeah, probably.
But it's going to be a while.
I mean, yeah, of all the things you're going to do in this scenario, though, is an expand is kind of your only option to get back into it, assuming that Spiny does not attack for 5 minutes.
Yep.
But I think once we get a few Roaches is when Spiny's going to push across for wave 2 here.
Yeah, he's going up to lair. Just practicing macro.
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
When you're ahead, get more ahead. It's the old adage.
Yep, exactly. We're at 82 supply to 16.
Oh, yeah.
Did Spiny pull a 3-way lever here too, by the way?
He did. He was doing that in the other games as well. I forgot to mention. Just kind of preemptively skipping that natural in case maybe some early pressure or something's coming across. Hey, it works.
Yeah.
That was an old thing Zergs used to do back in the day. That started in 2011. That started when some probe or something comes to block your natural with a pylon or whatever. Go take the third.
Yeah, exactly. In games like this too, where you're looking to kind of lane flood, if the third base is closer as well, then it's just a better launching point as well.
Oh, Raven. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. To be fair, yeah, he couldn't really do his normal strat there. What does he only have? Still the one starport, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he kept having the other one canceled on him.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of build up to just one big attack where Spiny's just gonna come steamroll Fidolina here.
Hydras are carrying.
Oh, yeah, might as well take another base. There is this one wounded Marauder. God, he's just been on death's door for so long. Somebody get this man a med pack or something.
Yeah. Fidolina's SCVs also have an only I can build this policy, where the moment the SCV dies, they cancel the building.
Oh, he threw down a turret to kill the Overlord. I was like, why did he throw that there? But the Overlord's already poop and creep. Oh, another cancellation here. And here we go, a little hit squad. I mean, he doesn't even need the Hydras or anything. Just literally go in with 5 Zerglings and you could probably win here.
Yep, there's only 5 armies supplying through, and some of that's the Raven, which isn't going to help you too much. He is finally getting Banshee out and getting cloaked.
Oh, the Banshee could be the hero here, but 6 Hydras already on the way here. There's Overseers here to detect. This is all but over. Fidolina tried to expand and tried to survive. There's even a Ravager here. Add a little insult to injury. Why not? No, it was a well-played game. Fidolina started off so strong and then just got a little too greedy.
Yep.
And that will be your downfall against a Zerg. You got to wall off.
There's the Banshee trying to hold, but yeah, Queen's coming along with the Hydras as well. And will take over the position. There goes the Banshee.
Yeah, I thought Fidolina was going to be able to do it after that game number 1 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was looking so good all season. Was really I think the hyped player of the season was Fidolina.
And it's important to point out too, like, because Fidolina is a fairly newer bot, which has come out and done some really impressive things. One thing that has been mentioned a lot is, like, when you're a new bot, you don't have all the contingencies covered. And you're going to miss things like this, which is like, yes, I could play a macro game with all these units in control, but did I cover a 12 pool?
Yeah.
and sometimes there's just going to be those gaps in play. So that's kind of what we saw here.
Yeah, well done, Spiny. You can't take down the champ that easily. Spiny will move into our top 4. And we have one more best of 3 tonight. We're going to decide our final 3 bots for our grand finals in 2 days' time. But before that, we will do a quick little break. But before that, we're going to do a Crown Club shout out because you guys are awesome. Let's go ahead and run one right now. Say that 5 times fast. Run one right now. There it goes. Thank you, Jared, for your support. And again, if you are a Crown Club member or if you're just a member of the audience, anybody can now download the bots. The Crown Club did get priority and had early access to that, and they will have priority for their replays as well. Because let's talk one more time before I break about our bots versus human show match, shall we? And what was that? Say one more time in my ear. Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have one more poll as well. It's the large general poll. Who you think is going to take the whole tournament? And then stay tuned next season. I love Endersword's idea, doing like a March Madness type bracket and voting. And yeah, we're doing it. It's going to be great. Jensiiibot looking super good in the polls right now, and with good reason. Spiny, for whatever reason, got 0 votes. Go figure.
Magic.
I don't know what to say about that. But we are going to have Jensiiibot versus Spiny for our last match tonight. And Jensiiibot is, I think, going to be heavily favored then if we do one more poll for that one after the break, because
so
votes are in his favor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out our Bots versus Humans show match, and we're going to go to a quick break. And then we'll be back with our last best of 3 of the night to decide who our top 3 bots for Season 3 of 2020 will be here on ESChamp's ProBots. Stay tuned, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our final best of 3 here on the 10th of December in the year of 2020, Season 3 ProBots. We're going to wrap things up, and we're going to have our top 3 bots here. Who are you voting for in this last matchup, Endersword?
This is a tough one. So I think I have to say Jensiiibot now, but is Spiny going to not even do something clever? Is it just going to do something that works?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, he's got the nice follow-up of that 6 pool, so if any of the bots aren't ready for it. But I think Jensi is very good about walling off, just, being defensive, able to hold that early pressure, I think, pretty well. So, I don't know. We'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens here. Again, do we have that poll up? Yep. Type in !vote, and then the bot name, Jensi, does have 3 eyes in it.
Yep.
So make sure you type that correctly if you're voting for Jensi. Oh, he's doing it right now. It's not ready yet. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. It's coming.
All right,
Wait.
I'm going to type it. I'll hit enter when he says ready.
Hit enter when we're ready. Yeah.
All right.
But no, this is gonna be a great last match of the night.
Right, I'm going full gamer mode.
Full gamer mode. And I'm so excited to see our humans versus bot show match in just 2 days' time. Ooh, nice. Got the whole outfit again. I like it. Coordinated.
Yeah.
There we go. I think it's all ready. Oh, Endersword, this has just been so much fun. I am so hyped for this, and this is just getting better and better. And I know I repeat myself a lot, but I am just so hyped to see these humans go up against these bots this season. I played a couple of them, and they're ready for some cheese too. You can't worker rush them. I tried that.
Stuff. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff, and there's some interesting tactics out there. Yeah, I won't say how things went, but I played Antibot, and it did make some widow mines. So how's that go? I think there's a lot more diversity in strategy, so you can't just straight metagame them anymore by knowing exactly what they're going to do. Yeah. And they just attack a lot better, I think, than before, or just do things that I think are a little more ensnaring to some humans. So it'll be interesting, kind of what level of people end up winning and losing.
Hit enter, Endersword. Your vote is now ready to be registered. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hop into our first match of this best of three, our final best of three of the night here on our last day of season 3 of ProBots. Let's get into it. Maybe. Hold on. It's coming. Wait.
I think he was too busy with the poll, I think.
Yeah. I got production doing too much.
Yeah, it's too many things.
3, 2, 1. Here it comes. Nope. Yeah.
I think it's a best of 3 because it's not the.
Yeah, it says best.
Jensii's.
Yeah. I think it's the one after this, like the losers grand finals. That's the best of 5.
Oh wait, no. So they have played. Have Jensi and Spiny played
before?
Yeah.
But it is best of 5. I don't know.
Jensii's. Jensiiibot.
Hold on, I'm trying to find our damn bracket here. Did you? And hopefully he'll get that to me. But I thought these two had not played before.
Yeah. So have they played? I guess they have. In which case,
Chad is saying they have. So we just don't know anything.
In which case, the extended series should apply.
Right. I was lied to when I asked earlier, have they played before? Even though I should know that anyway. No excuses.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an extended series. It's our first and only one of the season here so far, and it's 2-0 in Spiny's favor, as Spiny did stay in that upper bracket longer. Jensi got knocked down in the first week? That was so long ago. I couldn't even remember.
Yeah, fun times. So we'll try and get that update. Are you going to change it to like best of 7 with the score there? Just so everyone's on the same page?
No, they fought in week 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, in week 2, Spiny took out Jensiiibot 2-0. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that was so long ago, it feels like. So our first and only extended series will be 2-0 in Spiny's favor. What a way to go about this. This is going to be even more interesting now. Jensiiibot has a bit of a hill to climb. 4 games that Jensiibot's got to win.
And to clarify, okay, there we go. So best of 7 versus. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's finally fixed. So that's the situation. We've got the bunker on the high ground here for Jensiiibot, not expanding, which is unusual for him.
I have never had to deal with an extended series in my life, so first time for me.
That's it. I have for something. I think the old WCG when that was still around.
Oh yeah,
they used it. That was a long time ago. I think it was 2013 in Montreal. Yeah, it's fun times.
Well, here we go. We're bringing it back to life, making it happen. Let's see if Jensiiibot can overcome this hurdle. If any bot's going to be able to do it, I have faith in Jensiiibot. But Spiny is not going to make it easy by any stretch of the imagination. Especially going up to 3 bases already. Jensi's just kind of sitting on 2. He's got that factory. About ready to make maybe some cyclones. What's coming out of there?
Could be it's got to be
No,
yeah,
tanks.
it is going to be tank. This is a little odd. I'm not sure what exactly we are seeing.
No, it's pretty standard for Jensiiibot.
But Jensiibot's almost always on 2 bases.
Yeah, that is the one thing that I was thinking.
So I don't know what it's doing this time, because it generally does the, like, very rarely would it do an early push out with like a small army. It gets up to like 130 supply and then makes its first push. But
there's the command center.
Yeah, okay.
So he's just going to make it on the high ground, being very safe this game, which, I mean, Jensi is going to rely on that to keep him alive, which is good against Spiny, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so the question then is this a little too passive, like, economically, given that Spiny's gone very quickly up to the 3 bases? And I've got to think that maybe this adjustment is because it knows that Spiny can do things like the early pool and didn't want to get caught out by that, which is obviously based on the last series reasonable. But now that he's gone into a macro game, this is going to put him a fair bit behind unless he can get some damage done in the mid game.
Oh yeah, maybe it is just because that Ling is sitting there. Jensiiibot just doesn't want anything to do with trying to expand down there. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's blocked. Can't do anything about it, even though I've got a whole bunch of Marines.
Maybe. I feel like, I don't know how long it's been there. I feel like he was committed
for a while
this before that. Yeah.
No, that Ling has been there since before the base. So
yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Either way, no, I think what it's going to come down to, if Spiny sticks to a ground army for too long, Jensiibot's just going to have too good of army control, and it's just going to take such good engagements. If you can get enough tanks out, the roaches are just going to get shredded by that. Yeah. So we're gonna need to see some late game stuff out of, like, maybe some Vipers early on or something to deal with that tank push that is inevitable. And the Liberators are already on their way out for Jensi. So I think we should see an attack, I don't know, relatively shortly here, maybe in about a minute or so. Maybe something pushing across. Maybe like 4 tanks, I think, is when he starts pushing.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't know how this will change what he's doing because of the whole lower base thing. There are spores on the other side, so may be able to get some of the Liberators, or at least keep them out from just sieging right into the mineral lines. But we shall see. And Spiny, okay, adding on the Hydras. Still not really getting much army, though.
Well, it's got enough for now. It won't need it until Jensi starts pushing across the map anyway, which won't be for a little bit of time. Oh, okay, Liberator's going to try to get something done.
I think the one concern when you're a Zerg, and I think we've seen Jensiibot do it before, that it will lag behind an army and then want to explode when it looks like there's danger. But when Jensiibot runs across the map, it just starts killing overlords. Yeah, and then supply bots you. So
yeah, you got to be careful with that overlord control. The Marines will catch them. Ooh, yeah, Liberator needs to find a better spot. The Queen's doing a good job already, preemptively trying to stay behind it by the looks of it.
Yeah, he'll get 1 shot, 2 shots. That's it.
Yeah, nothing, not bad. Good hold out of Spiny there. Ooh, the Vikings out now though, so we might see that supply block you talked about.
Yeah, he's programmed in a little bit of room. He's got 23 extra supply.
Okay.
Over what he needs.
Spiny's looking real strong right now.
Economy's really good. He's up to 80 workers already. The creep spread is looking really good. He's teching up like crazy, getting the infestation pet. Already he's getting upgrades. Spiny is definitely going for kind of the just get to where you want to be. And am I remembering the right series that when Spiny first played Jensiibot, is that the one we saw Spiny go directly to Broodlords?
Oh, I can't. Yeah, that was so long ago.
Broodlord Infestor, I think. And if that's what he's doing again, I think it's, again, predicated on Jensiibot's passiveness, that you can just not build anything and then get the army you want. But Jensiibot now, in this iteration, is a little more aggressive than it was 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, it does seem to be the Broodlord build, though. The Infestors are already on their way out. They're being produced now with Pathogen Glands about to finish up as well. So they're going to be very good and very strong against this high Marine count, especially if there's Broodlords to supplement it. You just lock the Marines down and just start shelling away. The tanks are going to start doing friendly fire. If there's Broodlings all up in the Marines business, it could get messy. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry. Forgot to mute that.
Can be indeed. There's still a window here. The Spire itself is only about halfway finished. Obviously, that's going to be upgraded to a greater Spire while Corruptors are made and then ultimately converted into Broodlords. We've still got a couple minutes before that's going to happen, and there's plenty of time for Jensiiibot to decide it's go time.
Yeah, no, this is. I think Spiny could even make an attack, and even if it doesn't go super well, Spiny has a good economy, has decent production at this point in time. Another hatchery's getting close to finished up as well. And look at that creep spread; it is just everywhere. Jensi's going to start pushing and trying to clean it up, maybe. But this is going to be an interesting engagement. There's a lot of Ravagers out as well, so the tanks definitely do need to be careful not to clump too much. But Jensi's so good at spreading out that I think this push should go pretty well here.
It should indeed. We're just now getting a Baneling nest too, and it would probably be nice to have that already.
Oh, that'd be good night for Jensiiibot.
Yeah, the Greater Spire has started, and he's getting a few Corruptors, but does he have enough to hold this off?
Oh, the fungal.
Yeah.
Gets another one. A lot of Marines are going to end up going down to those fungals. They're just so good. The tanks have a great position in this little ramp, but that is a lot of Queens and Ravagers. I don't know that Jensiiibot has enough to hold this position.
Yeah,
I don't think he does. It's so close. Yeah, there's a couple more tanks back there. The Liberator's in a decent spot, but the Ravagers, I think, are just going to be able to pile everything down here. Oh, I didn't even see those two tanks to the left there.
Yeah, he's ultimately going to clean it up.
Oh, he's holding.
We also see the burrow micro here. That he's, instead of losing the roaches, is just burrowing them as they get low. The scan, though, will help clean some of this up. But there are the Banelings from the back, and definitely this has been overrun.
Yep. Oh, man, it was looking like a decent start to the push. Had a lot, but I think, yeah, just pushing down that ramp and eating all those fungals. His Marines were so clumped up. If he had maybe baited Spiny up the ramp somehow and stayed with his tanks a little bit more, like he's so good at doing. What happened this time, Endersword? He just abandoned the tanks and ate some fungals, and that was it pretty much.
Yeah, I think it will always attempt kind of the charge forward, and they did go too much forward, but they just got trapped there. I don't think properly understanding the fungal at the bottom of the ramp.
Can I still vote? I didn't vote, and I voted last time against Spiny, and he won. So maybe if I vote for Spiny, Jensiiibot will make a comeback.
It's possible. He's got a reverse all kill at this point. Check out this creep spread on the map.
Oh, he reopened it.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Okay, I voted for Spiny, so maybe Jensiiibot will have a chance now, because my votes have not been doing so well so far. But, oh, yeah, Jensiiibot, it just was a little too slow on getting that expansion. Just didn't take the best engagement there. And then, yeah, now there's Broodlords knocking at your door. If all that falls into place there, then it's a nice deserved win here. Queens even here. Look at that creep spread. It's already up here in the natural. This is insane. And, yeah, game one will absolutely go to Jensiiibot, putting him at a 3-0 lead, meaning Jensiibot's got a reverse all kill, and that is going to be hard.
Even the Viper tank pulls here for insult.
Oh, dude. Hey, finish it off effectively. No sense losing more of the hive mind, unnecessarily.
Exactly.
Ooh, all right. Well, I guess what is Jensi to do here? Maybe get a little more aggressive and do that, because it did seem like that push out was a lot later than usual.
Well, I think it was again because it was about the same supply he pushes out, but it was delayed because he didn't take the base until a minute or two later. So I think that's again it timed it out much more passively. Because, there was definitely a timing window that you could drive a truck through against a Spiny there, but he knew that. It's not like that's an oversight.
Yeah.
It knows that that's the case. So it took advantage of it.
All right. Well, we'll see here. Spiny just one win away from moving on and keeping his title alive potentially. You know, he definitely wants to get into that top 3 and maybe take another season. We've only had a couple bots take multiple seasons, so to have one win 2 in a row would be quite the feat.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely easy. Yeah, ESChamp, please nerf Spiny OP.
Yeah.
Spiny's good. Yeah, there's a reason he won last season and a reason he was in the upper bracket for so long.
It's true.
Did finally get knocked down last week, I think it was, right? We saw him in the lower bracket for the first time. So
yeah, and because of Benbot VC, which is kind of it's kind of a weird thing. It was almost surprising that he couldn't deal with it, but couldn't. And but then today here knocking out first thing a dog with a hat and a pipe.
That's not easy to do.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, we finally all but like one of the bots have images, I think. Benbot's the only one without an image, right?
That's it. Yeah, we got to make one up.
Well, that's if he's the only bot with that image, though, then that becomes
his image, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess
there's no other bots without images to share it with. So
I still think it should be LeVar Burton.
We'll see next season.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, game number 2 technically, but game number 4 in the series. Match point.
Match point for Spiny.
For Spiny.
We need the reverse all kill from Jensi to keep this going.
I believe I still have some Jensi hype and energy. I'm sure some of you guys in chat do as well. One person at least has some Jensi energy. I voted for Spiny to try to jinx Spiny though. So that's technically still a vote for Jensi if you think about it.
Well, does it work that way? Is that like saying your wish out loud?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Crap. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just done it.
All right, go get a candle.
We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen, what could be the last match of the night here on ESChamp Day 7, our final day of the normal season, to decide who our final 3 bots for our grand finals in just 2 days' time will be. Let's hop into it right now.
Jensiiibot. Raspers. Spiny.
So we are going to have an interesting potential matchup. If Spiny does take this and goes up against Benbot, then Spiny will be in the position that Jensi's in right now. So Spiny might be on the other end of the extended series stick here. And there's some Benbot's looking really strong for sure. So next week we'll see Benbot versus Ketrock, and that will be a hell of a match as well. I have no doubt. But yeah, here we are on Eternal Empire, Jensiibot's last life. Can he do it, Endersword?
I don't know.
You don't know? I thought you knew everything.
That's why we're going to watch the game. I mean, I kind of know, but I don't want to spoil it or anything. It looks like Spiny is going for the early pool, and despite the really nice wall last time, Jensi's wall is not as airtight yet. I think it's still in place, though, that like the tech lab and the bunker can wall it. So if he gets that down, then we're okay.
Where are the lings, though? There's no lings on the way. The pool's done. There's another base coming down. So, this is not the early aggression.
So he's not going to do it.
It's just to get a couple early lings for some scouting, I guess. Yeah. So, Jensiiibot a little lucky maybe on that one. But I think you're right. I think, the Reaper coming out, too, as well first.
Okay.
He would have been able to hold, I think, just fine. Yeah. So, good call out of Spiny then, I guess, not committing to that 6 Zerglings that we had seen before. And instead, just getting another base up. Will not get scouted because he's doing the 3-way lever trick there and taking it in the 3rd base location. And Jensiiibot does not go up in that direction to see.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not sure if he pulled first last time. I kind of don't think he did, but maybe at least I didn't note that he did. And I think I would have noticed it coming off the early pool games. But yeah, he's going up to, either way, he's going up to the quick 3 bases again.
Are you about to get arrested? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it happens.
Cops are coming for you?
It happens. Yeah, I told them I'd turn myself in, but not until after the losers finals.
Okay, so they're still really far away, driving here slowly.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly. Yeah.
That's why you hear in the distance. All right, well, we do have a few Lings, a few Marines out. It's just some small forces for each side. Jensiiibot just going to get that factory before Command Center again, so going to be a little bit slower on the economy, but I guess we're going to see an early siege tank out, and but Spinybot's just taking full advantage yet again of Jensiiibot's passivity, and is just going to be able to get up 3, probably 4 bases, just uncontested. Creep spread's going to start taking over the map again, and Jensiiibot's just going to have just that initial engagement's going to have to go really, really well for Jensiiibot, and he's going to be able have to be able to continue, the domino effect or whatever, where he can just keep pushing, take that first engagement and then keep rallying and pushing and pushing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's going to be the only way. He's not going to be able to face Spiny's late game army, I don't think.
Yeah, kind of doesn't feel like it. It's a little too diverse. It does know how to flank. It knows how to use the abilities, and I don't think Jensiiibot is able to deal with some of them. Like it doesn't seem to respond well to fungals and things like the Viper pulls. There's really not a counter to that other than just Vikings.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What does respond well to fungals?
Yeah, I mean, not much. Splitting.
Thors, I guess.
Yeah, Thors are okay with it.
Thors
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, motherships.
Yeah, motherships.
Yeah.
Well, as it is, Jensi's got his nice little one base wall off here. He's got his command center about to finish up, so we'll be moving down and taking that soon. And yeah, it's just going to kind of be a repeat of last game, at least for the first part, where we'll have a nice little Marine tank army pushing across. Unfortunately, no medevacs with it. I think, he does prioritize that Viking coming out. I think he gets a Raven as well or something, but yeah, we'll see it come down to that big attack, I think, in just a few minutes here.
Yep, indeed it shall. Still not quite expanding yet. Is Jensiiibot? Does he have? Yeah, the CC.
At the base, he's just not
yeah, he's not converting that yet.
Yeah, really, really, and I wonder if it is just because that Zergling is sitting there, and he's like, well, I'm just not even going to bother,
Yeah, it seems like a bad reason.
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay, so now salvage the bunker. He'll move down.
No, it does. No, because it can't be because Ling's there. Because now he's like, okay, yeah, let's go push down there and take it safely.
Yeah.
So it does just seem like part of the timing here. And Marines and tanks, are they going? Are they going for it? No, they're just checking the third.
They want to kill this.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Good.
So it's a little too bad. They probably should go.
Yeah, this could be a decent timing to attack. He does it. There are roaches and burrow on the way though, but I still like this little army. A couple tanks can deal with roaches pretty effectively, especially with Liberator out too. Before Hydras start popping out, before Queens can get across with their creep. How many kills is this gonna get?
I don't know. I mean, last time it got caught really quick. I only got 2 shots off. See what he can pick up this time. It'll depends if it tries to swing into the main here or the third. It will swing into the main.
Yeah, I like this kind of going into the dead space a little bit more. So maybe right now Spiny's like, oh, okay, it's gone, but
Spore's in the right position though.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
If you fly right into it, it is.
Yeah.
He's trying to find that sweet spot. There we go. He does find one, but the Queen's going to be able to gun it down, I think, before. Yep. Oh, so close, too.
Yeah. So was the answer 0?
Yeah, it was 0.
Yeah.
It was 0. Did not get anything. That's all right. He tried. It almost worked. If he had just gotten off one more shot there, he maybe could have killed some larva or something, too. Did force... what's going on here? All the drones, I guess, bailed out of the main or something? Or what are they... What's going on? Why are they...
they're long-distance mining,
Are they just extra drones? 12, 24... No, he should only have...
He's got 76 of them.
Oh, I'm looking at army supply. Never mind. I just can't math. Yeah, he's got plenty of drones to do that. I thought it was from, another base or something coming to mind. I was like, what is he doing? Never mind. Ignore me. Caster doesn't know what he's talking about. All right, well, Stim and Combat Shield on the way. +1 on the way as well. Ooh, even some medevacs. That is definitely going to help Jensiiibot out in this push. And it is just going to be a 2-base timing push against Spiny's 4 bases soon to be. And it's definitely going to have to get some traction, get some damage. The Baneley Nest, the Spire, both on the way as well. We're going to see Infestors in about 45 seconds to a minute as well here. They should start up any time now on that production tab. And then I think Jensii's unfortunately just going to eat a few more fungals. We usually see him split so well and really take good positioning and all that. But against Zerg, I've always kind of noticed it seems like he just kind of clumps up and kind of eats it to the face a little bit.
Quite true, indeed. Quite true indeed. Yeah, and is he nearing his? I think it was about approaching 135 army supply that it tried to move out. It may be a bit earlier than that, or I think it was more like 135 total supply that it started to make the move.
Ooh, here we go. Ooh, that was a momentarily supply blocked Jensiii or Spiny. I mean. This would be a good start if you could stop the Broodlords from coming out at all, because you're, Zerg opponent's supply block. But no, he's got plenty of Overlords. He's got 3 more in production as well. Now Spiny is on top of absolutely everything this round. Oh, Jensiiibot, you've looked so good all season, but I think you might have met your match here.
That is true, and again, it really is kind of a replay of the second week.
Yeah.
That.
Was that a Baneley?
No, it's just a link.
Just a link. Can't trick me again.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of forces the siege up there in the middle, buying a tiny bit of extra time. He's coming across.
Okay.
Not as much creep this time.
Yeah, not as much creep. Right here. This is where you want to hold. Get those tanks sieged up on the high ground. Let Spiny kind of come into you. Actually, wait, where are the Infestors at? I thought they would be kind of waiting around a corner here. There they are. There's the big army finally coming down to greet this here. So Jensiiibot will be pushing up a ramp. The Marines are actually starting to split a little bit, so the fungals might not be quite as effective, but they're still a pretty juicy one, and just not a lot of medevacs to help the Marines heal through it. And they're too busy microing away from Biles to heal anyway. So
just kind of a giant flank here. The Marines left the tanks out to dry from the other side, getting fungled up the ramp, and this will fall.
Ooh, he almost had enough to kind of hold this. He's got a couple more tanks in the background. The Liberator, if that could have just been a little bit better of an engagement, Jensiii, I think, could have taken this fight. But as it is, the one final tank will get a few Zerglings on top of it, and it will go down. A couple Liberators are actually going to stand strong here, so that's interesting. Oh, they saved the tank.
Yep, we'll chase that away.
Well, that's helpful.
Oh, nice down there.
Oh, they killed each other.
Yeah, Ravager found the spot.
The spot to die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got the tank.
Worth
it. Yeah, if you're a Ravager, that's a good trade. Ooh, another Liberator in the main goes down. Jensiiibot is doing a little bit better than last game, but Spiny is still looking so strong with that creep spread, just taking over about half the map here. And over 60 supply almost ahead of Jensiiibot. But the army supplies are relatively close, all things considered. It's really just that worker count that's so heavily in Spiny's favor, which means he can make trades like this where you just kind of, lose some lings, lose some queens, like whatever. I'll just remake all that real quick. Can Jensiii do it? Nope, the Viper yoinks to pull in the tank. Actually, the tank does end up absorbing a bit of the damage for the Marines, which helps just ever so slightly, but the tank will fall, and this will get cleaned up.
Yeah, he kind of pulled it forward without anything there to actually kill the thing. And does he have... Where are the Broodlords?
One Broodlord is in production. Oh, okay, but there's 5 already out.
Yeah, I knew there were some. They just didn't see them yet.
Yeah, that should pretty much be the end of these attacks here. Liberator's just flying over spores and dying here. Finally, here's a good position for Jensiiibot to maybe take out this hatchery, but it's a long shot. It's going to be really, really hard. Yeah, with more yoinks on the tank. Again, actually, though, the tank's going to be able to absorb a little damage for the Marines, which is nice. But here come the Broodlords. I think they're going to even save the space because the Marines are now too busy microwing back. Man, what a fight. This is definitely a much better fight, much better time for Jensiii in general, but I still don't think it's quite enough.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't the same sort of clean sweep that we saw in the last game, but now that the stable Broodlord army is there, there's no way to
Oh, yeah, he's got no real answer. He's got Liberators out, but he's not making Vikings anymore. You know, we saw in his TVT, he really did a great job at getting air control, having the Viking squad out. That would be such a perfect composition, I think, right now. Just a nice Viking hit squad to take out the Broodlords, and then Siege Tanks and Marines to hold the line. Could work out. Man, the Marines still fighting down here, though. What are their upgrades? They're at 1-1, which, you know, makes them somewhat decent in the fight here because there's no armor upgrades for the Zerg, but yeah, there's just no answer to the Broodlords.
Yeah, it's just kind of a slow push across at Broodlord speed.
Terran Doom is here. And Spiny is looking like he will keep the Zerg dream alive, and we will have 2 Terrans and 1 Zerg in our final day, our grand finals day of ProBots. This isn't over just yet, but, you know, it's 137 army supply. I don't see how 1 tank and a handful of Marines is going to be able to do it. They are fighting their damnedest right now. And Jensiiibot has always just been a fighter, but Spiny is breaking through. I think that's it.
Yeah, it does seem to be inevitable here at this point. There's just nothing that can even shoot these.
Yeah, Marines are almost there. We go. The Marines are getting under them, but yeah, they get like what 2 shots off and die.
But at least they tried. They ran forward, and a lot of them won't do that. So again, just you know, Jensii's control is good, but this one came down not to the control. It's just that the overall passive strategy is not something you can do against a Zerg that basically exploited that. Like there was no need for it to defend itself, so it was able to tech up, macro up, get to
Broodlords, no problem. Yeah, that's a Zerg's dream, be able to get to Broodlords without getting any attacks on you. So, well done, Spiny. You will be moving on. Jensiiibot, you had a great run this season. Gave us some of our most entertaining games, some of our longest games, too, I think. Ketrok and Jensi, I think, were our 2 bots that gave us the longest games.
Yeah.
This season, but what a great time. Spiny will take it in this what is it called, extended series format. 4-0. GG.
There we have it. There we have
it. Our top 3 bots have been decided. We've got Ketrok, we've got Benbot BC, and we've got Spiny now for our grand finals, which will be taking place again in 2 days' time. So make sure you come back here to ESChamp. Make sure you hit that little thumbs up button. Thank you, everybody, for doing that earlier. If you haven't yet, make sure you thumbs it up, and make sure you check out next week's video, or I'm sorry, video in 2 days' time. You could join the forum to get scheduled for that. And
and of course, hit the subscribe button and that notification button as well.
That too.
So that I hate that YouTube had changed that thing. You used to have to just subscribe. Now you have to subscribe and hit the actual bell if you want to be told when someone posts a new video. So got to hit both. And yeah, cool.
Well, either way, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Again, big shout out to our Crown Club. They've already played some games against these bots for our humans versus I keep saying that, meatbags versus bots show match. So get your games played, get them submitted to Drek. All the instructions are in that document there. You will have to do some weird things like turning off the other clients. It basically opens up 2 instances of StarCraft in your client on your computer. So you got to mute one and pull up your screen and make it windowed full screen so you can pan around and stuff. So you'll figure it out. You know, do a couple games if you have that much trouble with it. Not a big deal. But yeah, let's check the brackets one last time here before we wrap things up and do our post-bot show again for our Crown Club. Come hang out in the Discord and chat with us about the games we just saw tonight and what our thoughts are going to be for the grand finals. But here is our finals bracket that will be taking place in 2 days. Spiny versus Jensiiibot, 4-0 there. Spiny has moved on and will face either Ketrok or Benbot BC, depending on who gets moved in from the upper bracket there.
Yep.
And then, so we'll have our first, second, and third place all decided. And, man, it's going to be a good time. I'm very hyped for this one.
5, 6. So there's 6 of those game 3s in the upper bracket.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a lot of ace matches.
A lot more than we thought, yeah.
Definitely a record for ProBots to have that many ace matches in a season. So well done, bot authors. You guys gave us some phenomenal content this season. I'm very proud of all of you. for participating. Again, if you want to get a bot on the ladder, we've got a template below, and you can get your bot on the SC2 or what is it, AIarena.net ladder, and you can get qualified for ProBots. We might even have Scarlet next season. I hear her bot is just dominating the ladder right now.
Yeah, it's at least in the top 16, and I think is like a 4-gate bot.
Hey, 4 gates are strong, man. Never count them out.
They never get old.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. Again, for aspiring bot makers, we got everything in the descriptions below. And I believe that is it. We are pushing almost 30 members for our Crown Club. So again, if you want to support future seasons of ProBots and all the other content that we do produce, make sure you check out our Crown Club, because you'll get some cool behind-the-scenes content and perks and free stuff. So definitely worth it if you have enjoyed your content or enjoyed the content so far this evening. But yeah, let's do one more member shout-out before we wrap things up tonight, because we just love the Crown Club so much. Let's do it. Savedas. That is one of our bot authors. Thank you so much for the Crown Club support, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the post-bot show, which we're about to go do now. But again, we'll see. If not, we'll see you in 2 days' time on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be starting right here on YouTube for our ProBots Grand Finals. Endersword's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Drek's going to be there with shaved eyebrows. It's going to be great.
Of course.
Of course. All right. Anything you want to say to our lovely audience before we go?
You know, I mean, again, get out there and play the bots.
Yes.
And definitely send us in the replays and send in your first impression replay.
Yeah, so we want to see the scrappy, fun games.
The real thing. Yeah. So we got to collect those, and we'll put them together. I think that's very often people's most enjoyed part of it is the anti-human games.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's see what we get this season. I think there's a lot this season. Like before, it was always Micro Machine that was the only like real anti-human one. Yeah. But I kind of feel like a lot of these would be decent.
For sure.
Point. Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting day. We do have our pro player as well, holding down Team Humans. We will have Scarlet joining us. So make sure you all tune in 2 days' time, 2 p.m. Eastern, here on ESChamp. Until then, have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you at the Grand Finals. Bye.